kids are still asleep. But that doesn't mean that Keith, Marty, and Jonny can't be here. Because you know what Uncle John says? It doesn't matter what you say to the kids. It's what you do in front of the kids. Ah, fuck, or something like that. This morning, Mornings in the Lab with Keith and friends, transforming your holiday blues into motivational fuel. Mornings in the Lab with Keith and friends. Welcome to Mornings in the Lab, where
When something negative comes up.
Building muscle and peace, blood flow.
Nobody is expecting, Sean.
If your lady's saying that, you're just
It's a super food.
Be entertained by fun over here.
How have I slept? Has my sleep been good? Is that it?
Aren't going to be here, did you? Oh, we're here. Good morning, nation. It's Christmas morning here. Mornings in the Lab with Keith and friends. And I'm a little bit twisted on my words here this morning, but we're getting after it. We got Jonny over there. We got Marty over there. And, of course, we got producer Jimmy on the buttons and producer Tommy over in the community banging it up with all of you guys here. Listen, kids are still sleeping. I invite you to sit back with your coffee mug, lower the voice, lower the temperature, and come on in and join the sultry sounds of Mornings in the Lab. We're going to have a good old conversation this morning. We're going to hang out for an hour and just get the day started for all of you guys and see how we can roll over, not hit that snooze button, and get up with the kids and have some fun this morning. Jimmy, let's bring in Marty and Jonny and see how their morning is going so far. What's going on, boys?
What's up, man? Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you too. Merry Christmas to you too, Jonny. How are you guys today?
what's happening?
I'm feeling really good this morning. I'm feeling accomplished. I'm gonna tote my own horn for a few minutes here in a couple of minutes. But how has your morning been this morning, guys? Is it just a normal morning in your loop? I'm gonna think.
Man,
I was going to say I got up at a normal time, then I kind of moved through my morning routine with a little, just I guess you'd say a little bit more relaxed, you know.
Yes. Oh, look, I love this one. Acelia, good morning. Marty, that's just wonderful Christmas messages first thing this morning.
You better not be.
Wow.
You better not be addressing some of the nasty shit coming in here. You're
Oh,
not
no.
supposed to look at that.
I'm laughing at it actually. First thing, not
Good.
even a hello to say. Marty, how has your morning been, brother? And then I'm going to tell you guys about my morning. I'm actually kind of proud of how it all happened. But Marty, how's your morning, brother?
I've been up for about an hour, so I haven't done anything.
I
ate. That's about it.
Yeah. So I got to tell you guys, good morning, everybody tuning in here. I see you guys popping into the feeds here. You're joining Keith, Marty, and Jonny here on Mornings in the Lab with Keith Friends, the only morning show even here on Christmas morning. Good morning, everybody. Your Uncle Keith in the robe and the hat. So, boys, I got to confess to you something. But then, Jonny, I got to confess to you that I put my robe on and I thought about you the whole time. And allow me to tell you.
Say, let's hear the rest of this.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ!
So,
Next thing you know, he's going to be telling me, thinking about when he's tugging off. We're going to have a problem, Marty.
You think he's Robert Pattinson?
I needed a morning hook here, Jonny. So, as we know, my morning alarm clock goes off at 4 a.m. And, I had a wonderful time with the parents last night. And didn't get home until after 11. I didn't get to bed until 1 o'clock. So there's like a 3-hour delta there of sleep. Like, oh,
Yeah,
all right.
that's a doozy.
That's a doozy. So the alarm goes off, Jonny. I get up. All right, I'm not hitting the snooze button. Throw the robe on, go and feed the dogs. And then I make a decision. I'm thinking, well, I can't go back to sleep because I can't hit the snooze button, but I'm going to do something. I'm going to adjust my morning to face my feeling. So what I did, true story, guys, I went back, sat on the couch. I put my head down for half an hour. Yep, I did. I went
Nothing
to
wrong
sleep.
with that, man.
I went to sleep. I got up again half an hour later, still in my robe, thinking of Johnny. No morning wood, Johnny. No. I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to
Good. Thank God. Thank God. I'm glad there's no wood when you're thinking of me. That's a good
and then I'm
thing.
going, okay, now I'm going to go chase my feelings. So I got up, I crushed my first cup of coffee, went through my morning routine, looked at my watch. I'm okay. I'm behind schedule completely. But if I can do this and do this, get into my shower and get it all done, I can get here and I can get my feeling achieved. Johnny, by the time the show started, I accomplished everything I wanted to do, like my morning routine. So for me, that's have my coffee, take my dogs out, get into the gym, do a workout. I even had time to get into the gym, do a workout. I found 15 minutes to get onto the bike, to get my heart rate up, to do what, Johnny? To chase that feeling you talk about all the time. Because I knew that if I didn't get that feeling, I was going to get in front of you guys here this morning, and I was not going to be my best self. Now I got my robe on. When the show's done, I can go open presents with the kids. I can be relaxed. I'm not chasing that neuroticism, Johnny, Marty, where you know you have something to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and brother, that's crazy. So on that level,
Yeah.
one of the things that I did for myself, I probably should have told you guys before, but just kind of slipped my mind until we're talking about this. So we all kind of know that the holidays present challenges.
Yes. Yeah, we're talking about today. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I thought, when I start my day with something that is a little bit more of a bitch, a little bit more of a challenge, I'm better negotiating the other things that are challenging. So I was like, okay, I think this started a few weeks back. I don't remember the exact day, but I was like, you know what, today, till the end of the year, I may continue it once the first of the year hits because it's working really fucking good.
Yeah.
I'm going to do 100 burpees every morning.
And
it fucking sucks. It fucking sucks. And I break them up. Sometimes the first set I'll do 15. Sometimes if I'm sore the first set, I'll do 5. But by the end of, and sometimes I'll knock out 25 of them, but I get 100 of them done one way or the next. And it's been really, really, I'm actually like today I did 10 sets of 10 and I'm really getting into it. It's some, I don't like them. They're a bitch. But I know that it's a really easy negotiable steps to get to that 100 where I get that paycheck. That's like, God damn it. And going through the holidays, it's been really helpful because now I've already started off with something that I don't like. And
I love this. I love it.
Makes it that much easier.
I love it because you break it up into a mind.
And real quick, I've been bouncing. I got off. I'm not doing the rebound.
Yeah.
I just do little mini jumps like I'm warming up as an athlete in between my sets.
I think that to me is when you break it down into, so at first you're like, so me and Marty, 100 burpees. Holy fuck, man. Old man dropping down doing 100 burpees. You're kind of like, Jesus, that's quite the commitment. By the way, folks, if you got your kids around, put the headphones in. I forgot to warn you. This is an R-rated experience. But Marty, when you break down those 100 into 10 drops of 10 and you think about the whole day in front of you, there's actually no reason you can't find 10 moments of 10 to do 200 burpees throughout the day.
Oh, yeah.
Another thing I've been doing, I'm really digging it too, is that because I do my journaling every morning.
Yes.
So basically I'll go do a set. I'll come back to my journal. I'll go do a set, come back to my journal.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm kind of weaving shit inside those rest periods. Like I'll always do like 20 or 30, mini jumps to symbolize the rebounder.
Yes.
But then, I kind of turn it into more of like it's a rhythm, and I like rhythms. And so it's been actually much more enjoyable than I thought it was going to be.
Marty.
Oh yeah. I forgot what you asked me, but just to piggyback off of what Johnny said, I think what's interesting about that is it's like a metaphor for life. You're always gonna have some bullshit you got to deal with.
Yeah. Yes.
So if you practice it, if you practice getting through bullshit, it's gonna make the life bullshit easier to get through.
Yes. Yeah. On a
that
daily,
makes sense.
On a daily basis, right? And I like
you guys. Have you seen the last few weeks? I keep pulling on my fucking head.
Yeah.
You notice that?
Yeah. What's up there?
Because when I drop down and hit that burpee, my neck is the back of my those muscles of my neck are getting worked differently. So I'm like, I get here and I'm like, fuck, man, the back of my neck's getting stiff. But that's from the burpees.
What I like about this teaching is that.
Oh shit! God damn it!
Don't mute yourself. Good. Thanks, Jimmy. What I like about that, Mark. Yeah.
Sorry, Keith. I know you keep trying to get this point out, man. Go ahead, get it out, man. Go.
This is good though, and this to me is good conversation, because when people are trying to have a conversation and then these moments happen and then the sound effects happen and that's just because when you cut it up you're later like, what the fuck is going on the show?
For the love of Christ, God damn it, that's right. That had to, because if it goes off here, it goes off on all the other rooms. In the
Jesus!
guest house, which means my daughter was one room over. She's gonna be fucking pissed.
What I love about your example, and I want to kind of toot my own mirror and my own horn, but my example this morning was, I looked at my clock at 7:30. I'm sorry, 8 Eastern time. I'm like, okay, I got 30 minutes. I got a bunch of things I got to do, but if I can get my little workout in, get a shower in, get all these things in, I'm gonna feel great. So I jumped 10 minutes onto the bike, and then I looked at the clock and went, okay, it's 7:42. If I can do 5 more minutes, I know I'm gonna hit that magical feeling which I want to get to, but it's gonna make me feel tough for those final kind of moments of the morning. But I did it. What I'm trying to say is finding those minutes within the moments. That's the magic of just accomplishing things that we all just kind of flutter away in moments of time.
Brother, I so agree with that. If you remember when we started the show.
Yeah.
I had an alarm that went off 10 minutes before I was supposed to be here.
Yeah.
And I would get here and I was like, okay, I was in here like 4 minutes early. And I'm like, I love you guys. I'd love to talk with you, but that's all we do on the fucking show. So, so I was like, this is fucking 4 minutes that I can fucking regain here. So I basically, now that alarm goes off at basically 6 minutes before the show.
Yeah. I
captured those 4 minutes. And if you capture all these little things around your life, they add up to be pretty fucking substantial.
They do. Like 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there. The next thing you know, nobody's like, I don't got 30 minutes today to get moving. No, but you do though. There's just these 5-minute moments all over the place that you absolutely have the ability to achieve that. Guys, I got something crazy I got to tell you guys. So last night, talk about, Jonny, again, you were part of the conversation. Both you boys are part of my conversation because I talk to you every day. So you guys are always part of my family conversations. Last night at mom and dad's, Brookie has something. An hour later, she has a breakout of hives on her face. What the hell?
Oof.
And she has allergic reactions to, we've discovered, to blue food coloring, like the blue dye in foods, right? The stupid blue dyes, right? So she was really, good with everything she was eating yesterday, and she has this reaction, and her face starting to swell up and everything. Well, sure enough, she had a micro sip of some cranberry juice from my mom. Inside the cranberry juice, blue food color.
Oh man!
And you know what that is, dude? That is so fucking perfect because she's got a built-in filter to say, "Hey, don't do any more of that dumb shit." The rest of us, we just pollute ourselves with this stuff.
But it's funny because we talked about it last night. What happened? And I said, this just goes back to, that simple theory that if you eat whole foods, you never have to question whether there's red food coloring, blue food coloring, because there's no food coloring in a potato or in a piece of ground beef, right? So it's just those reminders, right? But guys, it was fucking cranberry juice. And I watched her. She had like the most tiniest sip, right? Last week she had a candy cane, and that's what caused this eruption last week. She's like, fuck, she had a little lick of a candy cane. She's a kid.
Can I jump on the juice real quick, brother? So what people don't understand about the juice, people say, oh, it's just a glass of juice. Fuck, if you look at how many tablespoons of sugar in a fucking glass of orange juice, you will be blown away.
I know.
Juices, unless you're talking about a fresh fucking squeezed juice.
Yes.
Juices are a little bit of a hustle, man. They're so filled with sugar. They're not doing you any favors. Oh, I need the vitamins. Oh, fuck. A bite of fucking spinach would whoop the shit out of a fucking glass of goddamn orange juice.
I'm with you there, man. Marty?
You ever seen those pictures where it's like they had a glass of juice, then they have a glass next to it with the amount of sugar that's in it?
Yes.
Yeah.
The freaking sugar is almost as high as the cup of juice.
Yes.
It's ridiculous.
So our kids don't have juice. Brooke doesn't have juice. It was the toast of wine at the Christmas table there, and my mom was like, "Hey, do you want to have a glass of like kids kids wine, right? So she gave her,
Yeah.
it was watered down, and it was like, it wasn't even like a
That's crazy.
splash, right? And the fact was that, so this happens, and Lauren comes out, she's like, oh my God, Brookie's face is breaking out. We're like, what the hell did she eat? And you're not thinking that jar of cranberry juice has blue food dye in it, right?
Brother, this is like a fucking full-blown blessing for her.
It is. Yeah. Oh yeah. No,
it'd be like if you were born with, if you had a sip of, if you did some, substance or alcohol and you got violently sick and that's the way you were born. What a fucking blessing that would be to most people.
Yeah. No, Brookie's good, man. As Marty knows, she crushes her veggies and everything. So she's out. So a couple days ago, she decided she was vegan. So last night she's getting served meat. Sorry, Grandma, I'm now vegan. She was like, what the hell? All of a sudden, she turned freaking last couple of days. Hey,
Hilarious.
Guys, guess who showed up here in the comments here? Mr. David Sowers. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Merry Christmas there, brother.
What's up, Sowers?
Mr. Sowers, our king of royal restrooms here hanging out.
Oh, this is Mr. Shitter, brother. What's going down?
Yeah, joining
us.
us.
Man.
Savannah.
Gotta have him back, man. I really enjoyed him on the show. David, I hope you're having a great Christmas, brother.
Yeah, I agree. Hey, David, I'm going to come knock on your door here in the coming days or weeks. A, I want to do something with you. I got an idea for you. And then B, we got to get you on the show here again. So
we got to get Dave back on, man.
Yeah, and talk about
Mr. Fuck the Bank.
Well, you know what I want to talk with him about? I'll just talk about it on the air with him. Is that he made a wonderful post on LinkedIn a couple weeks back about the challenges about being a brand franchisor, like the owner of the franchise, and then having all these other franchisees that are in the local markets. And then how do you manage like a national brand with local constituents, and what's the trade-offs where like I'm the national guy, but then Jonny has his own spin on his business and Marty has his own spin on his business. So he raised some really good points about how you weave that together. What's the value of a brand? What's the value of a brand when it's distributed? Sowers, I really enjoyed your point, man. I really, really enjoyed that post of yours. And I think that we should talk more about that. But I hope you're having a good morning with the kids there over in Savannah, Georgia. So, boys, just because it's Christmas morning doesn't mean we don't have the accountability check-in. So, Marty, why don't you take a little break? Jonny, take a little bit of break, and Uncle Keith's going to get after, because Jimmy's going to get after me very shortly if I don't get after this, which is getting this sound effect right there. Jimmy, let's get after it, brother. All right. How about the muted voices this morning? Do you like the muted voices of my energy? The sultry sounds of old Uncle Keith? Yes, the accountability check-in. This morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith and Friends. It's the Christmas morning edition, where I change my voice and just invite you into a different view of how we do things here. And here's where it starts. Spoiler. Santa's not coming. Oh, fuck no. We've all been sold the same comforting story. Be good, follow the rules, then someone will show up to reward you. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, a promotion, a big break, the perfect opportunity, gift wrapped and hand delivered. But here's the thing, nation. No one's coming to save you. Not even Chevy Chase or Will Ferrell. Nope. Not Santa, not your boss, not the universe, not Uncle Keith over here. Nope. And that's the best gift you will ever receive. I'm telling you this morning for the accountability check-in. Why? Well, because you don't have to wait. You don't have to wish. And you don't have to hope. No, I'm telling you there, producer Jimmy, you just have to take radical ownership. Your success, as Fred Rogers would say, is 100% on you, Business Athlete Nation. It's your effort, it's your choices, and it's your actions. Listen, as you roll over this morning with the morning wood, don't hit the snooze button. Put in that life expectancy work for Mrs. Claus. Business athletes, we don't wait for tomorrow. We build them every single day. So stop making that wish list. Make the stuff, make the shift, take action. Do what others aren't willing to do, even on a day like today. There is your morning accountability check-in on this Christmas morning for Mornings in the Lab with Keith and Friends. What do you think of that one there, Jimmy?
Get Mr. Rogers the fuck out of here, for Christ's sake. You know Mr. Rogers, Marty? That's way before your time. But you ever Google Mr. Rogers, YouTube Mr. Rogers?
I think I know who Mr. Rogers is.
Yeah, that was like a that was a go at Mr. Rogers, but it was, I gotta say, Mr. Rogers is really conservative. This motherfucker is in some sort of a ganja hat and a goddamn bathrobe trying to do Mr. Rogers, man.
Mr. Rogers, a little bit of Snoop and Fred Rogers and all the crazy. Hey, boys, I'm going to say something to you guys without revealing details because I don't want to reveal the details. But I had a female knock on our door yesterday who may have done some shit that others haven't done, Jonny and Marty, and she may have performed on stage with Eminem, and she may be an internationally renowned DJ, and she may be in Los Angeles, and she may have found our name from somewhere, and she's like, "Hey, would a woman with all these years of experience in the music industry be a good fit for the boys?" I'm like, "Oh, I think you might just be interesting." So privately off the air, I'll share the link to her Instagram profile, but quite an interesting profile where,
where did she come from? You said someone in LA. Give us the connect.
Yeah, she's just from LA. She's a DJ, she's a performer, she's an entertainer. She's a scroll stopper. And she might just be
What does that mean?
She might just be an interesting fit for the team.
Hey, hold on real quick. Hold on, guys.
Yes.
I love you guys, right?
Yes.
It'd be a lot of white jokes, man. I don't be knowing the white jokes, man. Yeah, now I'm playing.
Is it the scroll stopper? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
I figured that one out. I didn't know that was a thing, but I figured that one out.
I never heard that.
I mean that anybody coming across this feed with the three of us on screen, there's a reason for somebody to stop.
Okay.
What the hell are these three fucking putting you off doing?
I had three options in my head. I didn't know which one it was.
So, I'm thinking you put this human into the mix, somebody's going to go, okay, so why is this human mixing with these humans? So
I got you.
Yeah. So
here's the question.
I'm a scroll stopper too.
You are. Absolutely you are. 100% you are.
Hold on. If she's in LA, that means that she's going to have to be, 5 o'clock.
I know.
It's fucking early.
Yes.
That's going to be the big hiccup for a person with a life in entertainment.
Believe me, I've thought about that, Jonny. So here's what's interesting too, is that I've had a number of people knock on the door, and you go look, oh, hey, interesting, and you start to kind of seeing where the 1% of the outliers lie, right? Like, okay, well, this one's interesting. Oh, that one's really unique and different, right? So, anyways, it's been a fun little experience, getting that rolling. But hey, guys, I want to.
Real quick, I just want to add that would be pretty cool though, because you got me and Jonny coming from the fitness background, athletic background. Yeah. Keith, you're in the fitness. Not that she's not in the fitness, she might be. Yeah. But that'll be a whole different element. So
yeah. Well, and who knows where it's going to work over? There's about four different ladies that have really kind of piqued some curiosity that. That's and listen, as I said to them, it's not just somebody sitting at the table. I'm looking for somebody to collaborate and help. We spent the last year building the foundation. Now this year it's time to turn this into a legitimate, exciting business, right? So I'm quite jacked about it. Boys, I want to talk a little bit about holiday traditions. Today we're here to talk about transforming holiday blues into motivational fuel. And, I did that this morning. I just found those minutes to get myself going. So I'm really jacked up for the rest of the day now. I'm excited about the rest of the day, actually. So I know I've spoken about my blues with these whole experiences. And I find for myself, I think like you, John and Marty, I just got to stay in my routine. So while my routine was off this morning, I found a way to catch up to it. So by the time I got into the lobby here, I'm like, okay, great. I'm feeling okay. But I want to talk a little bit about holiday traditions. So started with you, Jonny, with the family. What did you guys do last night? I'm really curious about the Anderson tradition. Like, what was Christmas Eve like at your house?
Well, that it's funny. The tradition is kind of what, like yesterday, they just wanted to be a pajama day.
Yeah.
So it was just kind of chill. Although everybody did end up getting dressed in the afternoon.
Yeah.
But we basically we decorated the tree, which was, like I said, it was different that was a tradition when they were little. We haven't done that as a group in a long time.
Yeah.
So that was definitely fun. But we hung out, man. We just kind of hung out. We talked. Terry was cooking most of the day.
That's awesome. You guys play games?
Little help with cooking here, a little help in the kitchen.
Yeah.
You know, there's lots of fucking good leftovers, from the day before.
Yes.
And then we had another big Christmas meal.
Yes.
Actually, funny enough, I ate a potato. I haven't eaten a potato in fucking because when I was using my favorite carbohydrate choice is white rice. But,
okay.
yeah, but the potato, it was fucking pretty good, man. It'd been a long day. I was thinking back, when was the last time I ate a potato? It was at least 2.5 decades ago.
Come on.
Yeah. So it was actually pretty. It was really cool. It was very new.
No kidding. I gotta ask, how did your body digest it? How did your belly feel? Like, and I'm being serious.
It's whole food, so it goes down, not a problem. And then I eat primarily proteins. So of course I made sure I had that first, so my stomach recognized what was going on. That dropped that potato on top. But it was good. She had all the shit. She had all the stuff that goes on, the chives and the the grass-fed butter, and it was tasty.
That's awesome. Not to deviate from tradition here. Remember Dr. Russilko from Miami? He was on a few weeks ago. Natural doctor talking about fatty acids and good food, and South Miami Beach guy.
Yep.
Cool doctor guy. I saw a video clip of him yesterday, which really just so resonated. And he was talking about the ridiculous goofiness of the American food pyramid that we all grew up with, Johnny. Right?
Ridiculous! It was ridiculous. It was a marketing ploy.
Yeah, but what he said was so stunning, so simple. He's like, so he believes in, and I love this, essential, hear my keywords, nation, essential fatty acids and essential amino acids. You can survive on both of those. He goes, but nowhere in life do you hear of essential carbohydrates. Yeah. I'm like, holy fuck, is that ever really a good thought process, right? Because you don't need essential carbohydrate. If you don't have those essential amino acids and those essential fats, you got nothing. You got no life ahead of you. It's like trying to run a business without sales. Oh, I got my HR in place, got my no, but you got no sales. So if you have no amino acids, no fat, carbohydrates don't fucking matter.
Well, think of it like this. Let's just start going back in time with a human being.
Yes.
Before we started to cultivate, before we started to farm, there was no mass carbohydrate, man. It was like we were off killing something. And, let's just say the three of us went out and killed a zebra or whatever we killed. We brought it back and we started working on that. The women and the children were out grabbing seeds and berries if they could find them. And you might have a handful that was basically the same amount of work as it was for us to bring 200 pounds of meat home.
Yes.
That stuff was scarce.
Yes.
The human being was not designed to work off all the shit wasn't designed to run properly off of all the shit that we're currently eating.
Yeah, it's so true.
That's the issue. We got people overeating carbohydrates, not moving their body, and they're not getting the essential amino acids in. And what was the other one? The essential
fatty acids.
The essential fatty acids. They're not getting those in, and they're not getting the antioxidants and the nutrients from fruits and vegetables. So carbs is definitely a big issue, in our society. So no wonder we got the results we got.
And unfortunately,
it goes even a little step further. Totally agree, Marty. But it's the fucking processed carbohydrate makes it even worse.
Yeah.
If people were just eating rice and potatoes, the world would be a different place. But Cheez-Its don't convert the same as a goddamn potato.
Well,
and Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, that's the challenge, right? Folks just I forgot. Hey, Lady Drew, good morning here, nation. I forgot about the horizontal feed this morning. Good morning, Adam from New Zealand. Good to see you here this morning, and good morning, Lady Drew Boger here as well on LinkedIn. Good to see you guys here as well this morning. Marty, before we get to the fit tip, what was your night like last night, brother? What did you? I know you told us you had a few things to do. You had work to do yesterday, then you headed over to Mom's. What did Mom throw on the table for you guys to crush? What did you guys do?
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't even go to Mom's because usually we have. I was supposed to go, but I end up not going. But we usually have family come down. We didn't have them come down this year, so it's just gonna be me, my mom, and one of my cousins. We having a small Christmas this year.
Okay.
Intimate.
Nothing wrong with that.
My mom didn't feel like dealing with the chaos because when my family comes down, it's with me and all my cousins. It's crazy. She can't deal with it, so she's not having that this year. So I end up I did my stream last night, and I had a troll. I'm gonna tell you about that off air. I had a troll come on last night, and I cleaned up the house, did my laundry, just did a lot of stuff I usually don't have time to do.
Yeah.
And so I ended up canceling on my mom. I told her I'll just go over there today. And,
nice.
We're
Nice.
gonna hang out today and tomorrow a little bit too. So
Nice.
Yep.
That's awesome. Well, listen, let's keep it going here. Let's get to the fit tip here. I know Marty's got something to say for you guys. Jonny, go for a break, and we'll come back in about a minute and a half, and keep the show rolling and keep talking about transforming those holiday blues, motivational fuel. I want to talk about games. Jonny, did you guys do any games yesterday? My mom's the queen. My 78-year-old, 79-year-old mom is the queen of getting the games going for all the grandkids and the kids, and I got some funny shit to tell you guys.
All the games are out on the dining room table already.
I love it.
Because yeah, so they're today's gonna be a game day for sure.
Yeah, I love it. All right, Marty, let's get after it. We'll come back in a second here. Let's get after it, Jimmy.
All right, man. We got the fitness, the Christmas Day fitness tip. All right, it's gonna be simple. Stop overthinking. The reason why you're struggling on your fitness journey is because you are thinking too much. Right? The reason why you can't stay consistent is because you're thinking too much. What do I mean by that? Keep switching up the diet. Keep it simple. Whole foods, stick with one thing. If you want to do low carb, that's fine. But stick with it for a while and give your body time to adjust. You keep switching your workouts up. All right? Your workout plan should be consistent for a few months, honestly, if you want to see results. You should be trying to increase the weight, increase the reps, right? Increase the tempo, increase the speed, whatever it is that you're doing, you got to stick with it. You're going here, you're going there, you're being inconsistent with your workouts. That's why you're getting inconsistent results, right? Stop overthinking. You see people in the gym who've been in the gym for years, and you love the way they look, and you're getting discouraged because you don't look like that. Well, maybe it's because you haven't been in there as long as them, and maybe they started off right where you are. Maybe they started off just like you are starting off. Okay? Stop overthinking. You're listening to other people's opinions. This is something I experience with my clients a lot, male and female. Oh, you're getting too skinny. and then they'll come to me like, hey, you think I'm getting too skinny? Well, if you're not too skinny, you didn't like the way you looked before you started with me. You want to go back to that? You want to go back to what was making you feel insecure and making you feel like a lesser version of yourself? I don't think so. So overthinking can literally throw off your whole fitness goals, throw you off of your journey, and then that's when you get in the habit of starting over, all from overthinking. Seems like something small, but it can be a disaster at the end of the day. So be confident in what you choose to do. Stay consistent with it. Stay disciplined with it, and understand that the results will come over time, and you're not going to regret it when that time comes. Stop overthinking. That's the fitness tip for today.
There we go. There's the fitness tip of the day. Overthinking it.
Yes, sir.
In my experience, Marty, the biggest challenge we as humans have without executing anything is we just overthink it. We always find a reason not to do something, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Overthinking is big, man. Overthinking is a killer.
Yeah.
And people don't realize it. So
telling ourselves stories.
Yeah, man. And I get texts from my clients all the time. Like, we went over this. You're thinking too much. You got the answers to the test. So yeah, it is what it is, man. This is what we hear.
Well, a lot of times people ask the question because they're looking for an answer that they are more in favor of.
Yes. Yes. And you know, boys, I was one of them. I will admit I was one of them. Before I really kind of found my business athlete mindset when I met AJ, guys, I will admit, Jonny, Marty, I was your client who was chasing the answer I was looking for. I'd come to John and
what about this? What about this? What about this? Yeah, get the fuck out of here with that.
No, John, you're right though. I was your client who was negotiating with you. You would say, okay, Keith, that color of the light over there is red. No, but I think it might be actually kind of green and blue looking. No, but Keith, it's actually red because how do you know, Marty and John? Because I've done this for 20 years of my life. No, but I think it might be blue and green.
Oh, man.
The thing about that is on that level, brother. I mean, when people come to me that are, business people, they're busy, they have limitations.
Yes.
Give me those limitations right up front. Give them to me straight. Give them to me even maybe a little worse than they are.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I will give you what you need to be successful. But you can't come back a month later and say, oh, what about that? No, we already did the what abouts, because in that first session we cleared out all of the hurdles. Now granted, if you might have forgotten if you forgot one of the hurdles, I get it. But when you lay out the challenges right up front, you create the solutions, that's when you move forward. And now those solutions may need to be adjusted, but it's not the what abouts. It's, how do we alter this a little bit?
It's the negotiating, right? So I had to learn myself, again, my own awareness journey, and I credit our boy AJ, because he had patience with me, because it was I can tell there'd be conversations where he's like, oh fuck, Bilous is going to be negotiating with me again, and I know you guys as trainers, you're like, okay, here's this guy coming in again to negotiate with me, and it took me some time to recognize that, okay, I need to listen and trust this fellow. And I will admit, it was a journey for me. But once I got to it, that's when shit changed for me. That's when shit changed for me, boys.
Hey, man, you know what's crazy, Keith? I wonder if you would have gotten on your journey earlier if ICUC would have took off faster.
Yeah, well, there's
you ever think about that?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, 100%. Right. You always ask yourself what ifs, right? But then I've also learned, Marty, in my journey in life, those what ifs can also be a negative detriment. So I try not to go down the what if paths too often, right? So
that's true.
So yesterday, we're talking about games here. I got a crazy story. Never mind games. So last night, my dad says to me, I'm going to tell the story. My dad says to me, he goes, I got a story for you guys. He's like, I got a call from somebody. Remember how we were talking about scammers and AI artists and craziness? Mm-hmm. So my parents get a call from somebody. Guy's like, and he says, it sounds like it's his grandson. He's like, hey, I got something to talk to you about. It's just our secret. And this person starts playing into my dad's words and asking him the right open-ended questions and getting the answers he wants from my dad. Next thing you know, long story short, my mom and dad are driving down to a building with $10,000 about to give somebody about to give some cash. And then they end up at the law courts building where this fellow asked to meet them. And they go to the counter there. And while they go to the counter, again, I'm paraphrasing the story. My mom's like, I'm going to go text my grandson just quickly. So she texts the person who like the legitimate grandson. And he's like, Grandma, what do you do, man? I'm about to go into the ice. My mom's like, oh my God, fuck. So they did not get scammed, right? It all came to a head. But the truth of the matter,
minutes before it was over.
It just shows like these people, how they prey on folks. And I said to my mom and dad, I said, you'll never, ever get a call from any of us kids asking for money in this world of AI generated voices and AI generated fake shit. It's so easy to fake somebody. Right. But they were playing on my dad felt so bad and so guilty because they were playing on his heartstrings. Right. And, and these folks are so good at asking the right questions and then poking you and taking you down a journey. Next thing you know, my mom and dad are driving to the bank and withdrawing money for somebody. Crazy. Wow. Crazy. So, but the story ended positively. Nobody got any money and mom and dad learned a lesson from it. But you know what it was, boys? It was embarrassment, right? They were embarrassed by it.
Man, people can suck, man.
Yeah, of course. It's because you're in a moment where you think you're helping a loved one and also like, how did I miss this?
That's exactly John, what my dad said. He's like, he said, I've had some people criticize, myself for doing this. He goes, but until you put yourself in my shoes, when you think your grandson's hurting or something's going on, he goes, you're doing whatever you can for your family. Right. So it was,
the whole, I can't believe I missed this.
Yeah.
I had so many of those when I was young. Like I wasn't trying to help a loved one. I was just trying to keep my head above water. And all of a sudden something would happen. I would like, fuck me, did I really not understand what was going on here? How did I not see what was going on in front of me?
These things we miss from time to time, right? So
it's like, holy shit, it's like a Twilight Zone moment. Like, oh Jesus.
these obvious moments, these aha moments that just pass us by, right? So we were so one of the fun things I was going to talk about games here this morning. So Johnny, you guys got games going on the table here today. Yesterday, my mom's she does some crazy games. One of the games that she likes to do, which is a fun one, is she wraps up all these gifts in this big ball of saran wrap, massive ball of saran wrap, and then you got to put oven mitts on, and then you got to unwrap the ball with this and to get the toys out of it, right? And then so you roll dice. So in this situation, Marty, you're rolling a dice, and Johnny's got the oven mitts on, trying to unwrap the ball. While you're rolling your dice, if you hit doubles, you have to steal the oven mitts from Johnny and take the ball, and it just continues. And then I would take the dice and roll the dice to try to get doubles, and it just goes around the circle, right? So it's fun because you can imagine trying to open a tightly packaged saran wrapped ball with oven mitts. It's not really easy, right? So it's just fun for all the kids.
Even without the saran, even without the mitts, that's a challenge.
It is, yeah, it is. So I applaud my mom, my 78-year-old mom, just always putting the games together for the kids. And
that's a good game. That's a really good game.
One. Yeah. Another one too, guys. She put it was she took a cookie tray, and she took 10 items from around the house, and she spread them on the cookie tray. And then she walked around the room and said, "Okay." She walked around the room once, walked around it twice, and then put the tray away and gave us a list and said what was on the cookie tray.
Oh, wow.
It was like a memory trick, right? So there's 10 items there, and you had to write them down, and then you had to guess what they were. So it was kind of a fun thing, which was if
I was in my own space, I would fucking jam at that because I know where everything is. Everything has a place in my world.
Yes.
So I'd be like, because I would connect that thing to where it goes.
Yes. Interesting how systems work. Hey, I work the same way, Johnny. I'm thinking Marty, you probably, but it's interesting how our brain works with systems, where you just close your eyes. Like if somebody said to you, recreate your house or your studio, Johnny or Marty, I guarantee you, John, you could recreate. You can close your eyes, or you could draw that studio and know where everything is, like you were actually in it, right?
Yeah. If I am the one that has a place where I put something. Yeah. I know, but the downfall of that is like there's a whole lot of shit around here, and Terry knows where the stuff is, and I am fucking clueless, man. I'm wandering around looking for something. I'm not even in the right end of the house, you know.
That's funny, man. That's funny.
I was about to say too. I don't know how people lose their keys because I put my keys in the same place every day.
Yep.
Yes.
Like,
brother.
So yeah, I got systems too. Like we're not losing keys in here. There's no way. I ain't got time for that. So. Yeah, systems is everything, man.
It's funny when you say it, Marty, because there's times when I'll go through a journey in life, through whatever, and then I'm like, and then I'll find myself not about to put the keys in the spot where I always put them, and then I catch myself going, "What are you doing, you dumb shit? Put the keys where they're supposed to go, because if I don't put them here, I'm going to find myself looking for them, going, why the fuck didn't I put them back where I'm supposed to put them 100% of the time?"
Yep.
You know what I mean?
You know how many minutes people that keep repeating the same mistake waste throughout their lives looking for some dumb shit like that?
Yes.
That's some dumb shit.
Jesus.
Sure.
I mean, it's like, God damn it, put your fucking toothbrush in the spot where it belongs, put your keys, put your wallet. You have a place for everything. You just kind of calmly move about your life. All of a sudden you're supposed to get somewhere, you can't find your keys, the fucking stress is through the fucking roof. It's like this just doesn't make sense to me.
You know what's interesting when you say that, Johnny, and I don't want to age ourselves here. In many ways, I wonder, and if Sowers is listening, I'd love his point of view on this. But we in some ways have lost kind of that. I'm gonna use some old school terms. We've lost some of these militaristic routines that I was raised with, or you were raised with, Johnny, which was you tie your shoes a certain way, you make your bed, you just do these things. I don't feel like we talk about that in society anymore, which teaches our kids these simple daily routine habits. Marty, do you know what I'm talking about? Like they're almost militaristic, because when we were, it was back in this 70s, 80s, all the dads were like, you got to do it this way.
But is it really militaristic, or is it just a fucking efficient way of living your life?
Well, I agree with you, Johnny. I think some would say that regimen, that military,
100%. Right. The people that are losing all their shit, that's what they're saying.
Right. Yes.
It all comes down to structure, man. You look at why everything's fucked up now. People don't even enforce structure on kids anymore. I mean, you see kids acting up in school, and then it's, oh, well, let them do what they want, or you don't know what happened at home.
Yeah.
Or adults. Did you see the video I did with the girl jumping behind the Chipotle counter?
I did.
And people were defending it.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah. I hear you.
Come on, man. So it's just like, it's just we've our society has gone away from structure. So
yes,
it's crazy.
Yeah. I hear you. We got Lady Drew Boger jumping in here with the feed here too. Revenge of the air fryer. Yes, Lady Drew. The news just reported one air fryer may be gaining their personal information and stealing data and presenting it to unauthorized individuals. It appears the air fryers are ones that request mic usage. No kidding, right? So yeah, you got an air fryer in your house. Watch for the microphone asking to hear you talking, because you never know what.
Why is it that everybody's so fucking worried about if people can hear them and see them? And Jesus Christ, it's focus on what you got to do. You know what I mean? Somebody wants to look at my nuts, have a look. Just stay out of the way when I'm doing my thing.
What the fuck are you saying in the house that you're so afraid of it to hear?
Exactly.
Because I'm gonna be honest, I don't give a fuck what anybody could hear what I said. I said that. I could I could stand on what I said. So what are you saying in the house that you're so scared of people to hear?
Yeah, all these fucking cameras that are, all around us, they see what we're doing. Who fucking gives a shit? Watch and learn, motherfucker. Whoever watching, learn. Start taking fucking notes,
Or they're like, oh yes, Chris was in his house. He called someone a big back. I do that in public.
Jimmy, there was a lifestyle tip from John Anderson just now. Just fucking learn, brother. Just fucking learn.
Yeah. You want to fucking man. You want a piece of the action? I got no problem. I'm sharing the wealth. Just stay the fuck out of my way when I'm doing what I do. I said you get to that certain point in your life where the only thing that someone can take from you is fucking good notes.
There we go. I like that.
I like that.
I'm stealing that one.
That is, I'm
stealing that one.
I still gotta organize my sound effects, but that is a good one, Jimmy. We gotta cut that one up, man. That's a real good one. That's. Hey, let's do the lifestyle tips. See what Johnny has to say. Let's come back. I got a question about Santa Claus for both of you guys. Let's do that. There's the hook.
That's my guy.
Let's do that. Let's see what Johnny has to say for lifestyle tip, Jimmy, and then let's do.
It's gonna be short and sweet. It's gonna be short and sweet.
I love it though. That's what this is. Are you talking? Don't stop talking about my pecker there, Johnny. We're not talking about short and sweet here this morning.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, it is Christmas Day, which means it's time to enjoy the loved ones. It's time to enjoy this occasion. It's time to be grateful. It's time to be thankful. So the tip is simple. Forgive yourself. Whatever the hell you're stressing out about, forgive yourself. If it happened yesterday, let it roll off your back. Focus on today. Focus on being present with the people you love and enjoy your Christmas. It's that simple.
I love it. Merry Christmas from Johnny Anderson. I love that one. Hey, Johnny, we got Lady Drew Boger asking you, so you are reporting your nuts. Are you lonely? She says, and talking about your nuts.
No, I'm not recording my nuts. I'm saying if there's cameras all around, they're going to see my nuts.
Lady Drew, he just stands in front of his Ring camera with his nuts.
I walk around fucking naked all the time.
Oh, you me both. I got no problem with that. I got no problem with that at all. That's exactly.
If I drop something on the ground, I'm gonna bend over and you're gonna have a good look at my fucking hairy ass and my nuts. So that's where you're gonna see my nuts if you're watching.
Jimmy, this is awesome highlights content for after the show. Okay, I want to talk Santa Claus. Here's the question I got for you guys. So the great thing is that we can only kind of have these conversations once, twice a year type thing. But I want to know so Marty, I'm going to start with you, Marty. When did you learn as a young man that Santa, well, we know the answer. There might be kids listening right now, so I want to be constructive with how I'm saying this, but we all knew that Santa was very a magical human being.
Much more powerful than you ever thought.
That's it, Johnny. That's exactly it. So when did you learn about the magic of Santa, Marty? Was it through mom? Was it through dad? Was it an unfortunate experience? Was it your cousins? Was it a buddy? Tell us about the magic experience for you, Marty.
I think I learned when I was 5.
Oh.
So these badass kids at school kept talking about it.
Yeah.
These kids, they think they grown, so they tell you, Santa Claus isn't real. So it's already in the back of my mind, right?
Yeah.
And so then at the time we were living in an apartment, so I'm like, we don't even have a chimney. So how is Santa coming down the chimney? And then I got in trouble for calling one of my classmates fat back in the day. So I'm like, if Santa's fat too, how's he getting down the chimney and we don't even have a chimney? So it was just all these questions coming in my head. So when I found out, I wasn't even surprised. I already knew. And like I said, I was 5.
And then you learned over time how powerful, again, we have some wonderful children tuning in, how powerful magical Santa was. And you're like, oh, okay, I get it. Those dumbasses were just spewing venom, but the magic of Santa is
and I knew when I left cookies out for him the year prior, and I ain't hear nothing, and the cookies was gone in the morning. I said, yeah, this guy is this guy's something else. So I picked up on it early.
Oh, I love that. Good morning, Shinku. Good to have you here this morning. I see you there in the feeds. Hey, Johnny, we got Lady Drew coming back to you going, she says, it's Christmas. Advertise your balls. And then she says, at least when you bend over, you will smile.
She's all about the balls and the film and stuff. Goodness gracious.
So Johnny,
look away if you're tied into the streams of what everybody's watching. Have a look, baby.
Oh man! So Johnny, talk about your experience with Santa, and actually with the girls. So when did you and Terry? Did it just kind of unofficially unravel? Did you have to talk about it, or was it just one of those things that just kind of happened?
Well, you kind of, I guess you kind of fight it as a parent.
I know.
Yes. And so, but really what you do is you fight it with belief.
Yes.
Because really what it comes down to is, I was teaching them belief before they knew it. And so if you don't believe something, it will never be real.
Yes. And
so I would just kind of play with words like that. Do you believe? If you believe Santa Claus is real, then he is real.
Yes.
Do you believe?
Yes.
And of course they couldn't quite shuck because they're coming to me looking for that, new answer. And I just never would kind of answer directly. But what happens is they, through enough, just like Marty said, school and, they overhear people talking, next thing and then they start piecing it together. Wait a minute. You just saw Santa Claus in the mall, and then there's another, sitting in right outside Nordstrom's. And now there's another Santa Claus out in the front of the mall asking for donations. How do you get it? The one in there was fat as hell. This one looks like his shit's falling off him. How does then they start putting it together,
Yeah. And I saw Santa at the ghetto mall. I'm like, how is Santa in the ghetto? If Santa gonna go to one mall, he not coming to this ghetto ass mall. So that's how I knew. That was another reason. Like I really put everything together, and I was like, yeah, he's done.
Well, and Marty,
but if you never really answer the question, that's where you get the most life out of it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I love that answer, Johnny, because I talked to Brookie about the magic, right? And you have to believe in the magic of Christmas and the magic of Santa. That's what Santa is. Santa is magical for a reason. It's the key word is magical. And as long as you can believe in magic, you can believe in Santa. Right.
It's like the people that don't understand how to believe in positive thinking. They're the ones that miss the boat. Yeah, you can't sit on your ass and eat Cheetos and think positively and achieve what you want. You got to think positively and you got to take action.
Yeah.
So if you're thinking positively about Santa and Christmas and you're basically, in this Christmas spirit.
Yeah.
If you're doing things to better Christmas, to better the situation, I'm kind of stumbling my words here, but if you believe, then the whole thing takes on a very different viewpoint, I guess you'd say.
Absolutely. Hey, Marty, curious question for you, brother. I believe I'm okay in asking this. So you grow up and all around you is fucking white Santa Clauses everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're like, wait a minute, I don't relate to any of that. Like that's a fucking fake. It's like, so like I'm thinking as a young boy, that's got to be like a challenge. I'm thinking like you're growing up and you're looking around and like there's zero relatability. There's a big white dude with a big belly gut, white hair, a white beard, and you're like, I'm supposed to believe in that motherfucker as my Santa? Like seriously.
Yeah, and then you go to school and go to relatives' houses and they got black Santa in there. So I'm like, hold on, bro. I know it ain't a black Santa and a white Santa. So hold on, what's really going on? So like I can continue. Like I saw so much shit as a 5-year-old. Like, bro, this shit is fake. It got to be fake. So
Black Santa or white Santa? You got the Santa.
I'm seeing Black Santa. I'm like, oh no, this is crazy. I don't like this.
Well, yeah. And then we got Shinku coming in. We got Asian Santa. You got.
Yeah.
But
Well, now what's happening is crazy. Is you're seeing all of these different warnings about getting fucking scammed by Santa.
yeah, yes.
Oh,
like,
I
fuck,
haven't seen that.
Some
What you mean?
motherfucker in a Santa suit, and he's doing anything other than asking for. Well, even if he's asking for a donation, what the fuck are you donating to?
Yeah,
You know.
Yeah.
yeah.
But you got to be careful. These Santa Claus. I just saw where I can't remember where I saw this so blip, but it was some Santa parade, and people were just getting fucking scammed left and right.
Oh my god.
Well, and it goes back to my unfortunate experience with my parents, right, guys? Is that
Yeah.
So it's playing on the emotions of this Christmas season. Okay, I'm gonna go fucking scam that family. I'm gonna put a fake Santa in front of them and bend over and ask for a bunch of cash, and then go over and fake the next family out. Right? It's horrible. It's just people do their shit, right? So, anyways, all right. Listen, let's as we're wrapping up. This has been a fun hour. Just a nice banter, just a nice casual morning here with the coffee and some water. But we are going to
the sultry sounds.
I got some comments from the private comments from Melissa and Jimmy, like the voice for the accountability, the Fred Rogers voice. But hey, listen, so we like to do, so even on Christmas morning, we're going to do a creator spotlight here. So I'm going to do it with you guys here on the show here this morning. As we wrap up here, we're going to do that. So we got somebody here from Kelowna, British Columbia, who we're going to invite onto the show. The guy's rocking an incredibly awesome beard, Marty, Johnny. Like I'm talking a beard that is like I think it might have a life of its own. Or, and Jimmy, we got to make sure this makes the cut. This beard has life growing in it. Like it is a beard that is it could be a beard that could match a ZZ Top beard or a ZZ Top beard. But anyways, this guy makes ungeneric videos for ungeneric brands. He's building LinkedIn's #1 video community. He makes awesome business videos, and this dude just rocking it here on the platform. So he came across my desk, and it was the beard that really kind of said, hey, this guy has got something happening here. And then I looked into the work that he's doing, and I'm like, holy smokes, this guy's doing some great shit. He's like, nah, everybody's making this generic stuff. I'm going to make ungeneric content, which is no bullshit, no BS, good quality content. So, and that's what he does. So Jimmy, here's what we're going to do, pal. We're going to take a second here, and we're going to do a Mornings in the Lab Creator Spotlight on Christmas morning. And we are going to celebrate Lewis Butterfield. What's going on, Lewis? I love the beard, brother. Love the toque. Love the look. Love what you're doing here on the platform here. As I said, guys, this dude is rocking the beard of all beards, and we have to have a segment on the show, but maybe who's got the best beard on LinkedIn, and Lewis Butterfield might be one of them. But Lewis, love what you're doing here, man. I love the content you're making on the platform, and you're showing folks how to go about making content that is not boring, not generic, and it is content of considerable value. So you look here, he's and he talks about the kind of work that he does here. And here's Lewis here with his videos. But again, nation, we're celebrating him this morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith and Friends here on Christmas morning, because he's doing stuff outside of the box. And you know what we stand for here in the lab is doing things that others don't like to do, the 1%er. And I look at the work that he's doing the things that others just aren't doing. And he's making generic content, not generic. He's making content unlike others. And if you look at the way he's doing it, I would invite you to check out Lewis Butterfield, a fellow Canadian from Kelowna. So Lewis, would love to have you here in the lab, brother. Would love to have you in, hang out with us, and to celebrate somebody in your orbit for Mornings in the Lab, Keith and Friends. And Lewis, you're getting a muted experience this morning, not some of the crazy enthusiasm, muted sarcastically underneath my voice because it's Christmas morning. So Lewis, if you show up one day with us, which I hope you do, fellow Canadian, you'll get the different version of Keith, Marty, and John on the non-Christmas morning. Ha ha! There you go, Lewis. Creator Spotlight. Come on and hang out with us sometime in the future. There we go, Jimmy. All right, boys. Johnny? I know you're sharing a place there with in the studio there. Is there folks sleeping there, or what's going on?
I'm sorry, say again.
I said, I know in the studio there's beds. Are there folks sleeping there right now, or did you kick people out for this?
No. There's nobody. There's a hide-a-bed right on the other side of the room here, but that's we're not that full. So,
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I think I'm going to see who's up now. I'm going to see if the kids are awake or if the kids are still sleeping. I'll see if Lauren's awake. I got about 2 minutes of last minute kind of throwing things together here for my lovely bride. So I'm going to put a coffee on. I'm done in the gym. Might get a stretch in today, but other than that, they're going to head over to Lauren's parents for some other Christmas grub here today. Marty, it's 9 o'clock. What do you got going on now, pal?
I'm supposed to head over to mom's at 11:30.
Nice.
Yeah, and then I'll just be over there all day. Like I said, I got a couple family members coming over, but not the whole gang.
Gonna put the
whole
football
gang. I'll tell you off air about why she don't want the whole gang to come. It's crazy. It's crazy. So,
are you watching the football game today?
Probably basketball today. Basketball.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh yeah, NBA plays on Christmas Day too.
Yeah,
eh?
probably basketball. Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So I'm just sit back, enjoy, eat some. I know we're gonna have some lamb chops. I don't know what else. All I heard was lamb chops. I ain't need to hear nothing else. I'm good.
Oh, that
yeah.
sounds good.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And Jonny, it's 6 o'clock for you over there. The house, everybody's still sleeping. So what are you gonna? Have you got your all burpees done, or are you done with your burpees for the day?
Burpees are already done.
Nice.
Those are usually done by 4:30.
Yes. Yeah.
I actually need to do a redo on my squats because yesterday that piece of glass was like I was having a hard time staying stood up properly. So I was getting warmed up, and as I'm trying to find the first set of 10 weight, I'm like, holy shit, I was really altering my body position to try to keep that piece of glass, so I had I'm gonna end up hurting myself. So I got it out yesterday. I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna squat today.
I had my squats for you yesterday too, Jonny.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Did you do 10 by 10? You do 10 sets of 10?
I did 10 to 10 for you, Jonny. I hated it too.
I'm man.
I can tell you, I did my 10s of 10s. I did 5 sets of 10 on the trap bar deads. I did some lunges, and I got after it with some Romanian deadlifts as well. So I was my legs are feeling it today for sure. What I want to tell you, Jonny, if my dad tuned in this morning, my dad's going to be really happy how the show ended because he was concerned about your foot. Yesterday before dinner, he heard the show and he's like, how's Johnny's foot? And my dad's 80. He's so astute, right? So he was all concerned about the glass in your foot. I said, I think it's pretty fine. I said, we were talking about, he was feeling like a little bitch getting up and being taken back by that piece of glass in the foot. So Dad, sounds like John's going to be fine.
Yes.
Hey, man.
I will say another little fun dig that comes with the holidays. So my middle daughter has a really cool boyfriend named Jimmy.
Yeah.
And Jimmy's he's a good athlete. He was so he's a competitive dude. And so last year, I can't remember what he always comes the day after Christmas. He'll be here tomorrow. So they usually stay for a handful of days. But anyway, he likes to get up and do a workout with me. So last year, we ended up doing this, it was funny enough, there was burpees involved last year.
Yeah.
It was a burpee body weight squat combo where we would do 25 burpees into 50 body weight squats and then go the other way. And old Jimmy, he had a full blown he threw up, but he loved it. And so we're doing it again this year. And so funny enough, the universe has lined itself up because I've been doing burpees for fucking quite some time now. Last year when I did the burpees with him, I hadn't been doing burpees.
Oh, you're just gonna crush him today.
Oh yeah. Between the burpees and the high rep bodyweight squats, it's gonna be but he said he got himself trained up for it. He's ready to come at it this year with a little bit more gusto. Well, so it's gonna be fun.
Between that,
he's 23. He's 23. So he's a young buck in the prime. You know what I mean?
Between that and you're fueled by potato that you haven't had in 2 decades, Jonny, your body's just ready.
Yeah, he's ready.
The potato doesn't make any fucking difference in me being ready. Come on. It's just a goddamn potato. I could be low, I could be carved up or not carved up. I'm still gonna get it.
Potato. That's how we're ending today's show on Mornings in the Lab with Keith and Friends. I really enjoyed today's show. Producer Jimmy, producer Walter. Marty, Jonny, it was fun. Just a casual chat this morning about getting around the table. Good morning, Shinku. Good to see you here this morning. Good having you here, David Sowers. Good having you, Lady Drew Boger. Good having you, Asilla. I hope you guys all had a fun experience just hanging out this morning and just kind of getting the day started. We kept it pretty light, nothing crazy, nothing motivationally incredible. I kept my voice a little sultry so that my kids can keep sleeping. But hey, we're back after tomorrow on Boxing Day. Mornings in Lab with Keith and friends. I'll be after it as well. Johnny's after it as well. Marty's after it as well because we got to get up. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. Marty, Jonny.
Tell the family I said happy holidays.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Yep, Merry Christmas.
You betcha. Well, happy holidays, everybody. Merry Christmas, everybody.
All right, John.
John, Marty, you guys have a good one. We'll see you guys
See you
later.
tomorrow.
Have
Ciao.
a good loop, everyone.